Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm making a video for Alliance War primarily because on the Mommy Short Arms account, I opened some Titan crystals recently, and I not only got, but I also duped Luke Cage. And Royu, one of my officers in SSX, has a bit of a man crush on Luke Cage and wanted to assign him in war. And so I figured, you know what, maybe I'll come out of quasi-retirement here on YouTube, put out a war video using Luke Cage. So let's start off here on path 8A against a Mangog. This is a pretty straightforward fight for any science attacker, but with the idea with this new version of Luke Cage is that you really want to get a bunch of debuffs on the opponent because his attack increases per debuff on the defender, which is kind of like makes him a science version of like Ronin, because like Ronin his attack would increase based upon buffs. Luke Cage's attack is going to increase based upon debuffs. And there's certain debuffs you want to use. You want to always do a parry heavy here. That pops up a debilitate debuff, which really only increases the timer for other debuffs. The other debuffs Luke Cage has is he gets these exhaustions from his light attacks. He also gets concussions from his SP2. So his loop is pretty much just throw an SP2 and then, throw a bunch of SP1s and kill shit. The next fight on this path is an Atuma. I'm just going to speed this up because I had Shuri for it, and Shuri is obviously, a top Atuma counter because of all the access to shock. There's really nothing on this node that would slow her down in any way. We're just going to get a couple parries at the beginning to build charges, throw SP1s, get those passive shocks, those critical shocks on Atuma, and just wear him down pretty quickly in less than a minute. Okay, so now we're going to jump over to path 2B. This is the placebo path. First up, we have a Renta, which is always just a big, beefy defender, always has a huge health pool, has a lot of crit resistance. And so, we're going to start off, we're going to put some exhaustions, we're going to put the debilitate, we're going to get concussions from the special 2. That's going to turn off a lot of Renta's kit. As you can see there, he's not gaining any power gain buffs, right? That's being shut off by the concussions, which have an increased potency against Mystic defenders. I've oftentimes talked about why I think Red Hulk is the greatest science champ it is in the game, because he's just designed to counter a lot of mystics and can handle a lot of mystics, even the newer stuff. But this version of Luke Cage is like a souped up version of Red Hulk. So, obviously you don't want your mistress to find out, you don't want your wife to find out about your mistress. So Red Hulk and Luke Cage, you'll never see them be on the same war team for me. Next up, we have the Domino and the MP shock node. This is a very easy node for Shuri to handle. You just got to watch out for Domino's power. But other than that, you're just doing the same similar, rotation that you would do in any short fight with Shuri. We're just trying to build as many critical shocks as possible. She's immune to the ability accuracy reduction of Domino. She's immune to the shocks from EMP mod. So very, very, very easy fight. We're going to do 2 mini-boss fights after this. The first one is going to be a Sasquatch. This is an unduped Sasquatch, which takes away the regen. It's on a regen node, but we're going to shut that off with concussions. We're going to keep his wrath in check using the exhaustions. So this is a pretty good matchup for Luke Cage. This is obviously a big, beefy Sasquatch here, and we're just going to chip him down over time. Like I said, at the start of the fight, he gets a couple regens, but now we got those concussions up. I don't think he gets another regen for the rest of the fight, regardless of me being close to him because of those concussions. So now all I'm really trying to do is just get a few more concussions to completely shut him off, get those paused to the extent that I can, get the debilitates to increase the timers, and just whittle this dude down. So another science attacker that defangs Sasquatch. A minute 40 for a rank 3 defender. Not bad. I'll take it. Then we have this destroyer. This was the only fight I actually dueled before I took my war fights, just because I just wanted to see how Luke interacted with destroyer. And the answer is he handles Destroyer really quite well. We'll just take these specials from Destroyer on block, and it'll be totally fine, and we'll get the fight down. I think Vega, in his Luke Cage video, which I recommend everybody check out, Vega says that he was designed to feel more like a brawler, a boxer, of just constantly attacking, and I do think that his kit rewards that gameplay style. Obviously, you've now seen him do 4 fights, and yeah, Luke Cage, usable in war. Who would have thought it? Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next life, Jack.